There's no one here. کسی تو این اتاقه؟ جان چی شده؟ سلام خوبی؟
ماشاءالله.
هزار ماشاءالله. Make it light.
Don't know speak English.
روبروی تصویر ما نمایی از پشت بام حمام حل محمول کرمان رو داریم که خدمت این حمام به دوره قاجاری باز میگرده.
You are watching an original short documentary series on the Navideo YouTube channel, showcasing the natural, cultural, and architectural beauties from around the world.
سلام خوبی؟
محلی ها اینجا هستن و مثل این که
کلیدش هست که برین تو؟ اسمتون چیه؟
ماشاءالله.
هزار ماشاءالله. Make it light.
I don't know speak English.
As we walked from the Kerman Bazaar towards one of the exits leading into the old district, we stumbled upon an abandoned old bathhouse. This bathhouse, named Kayli Mahmood, was built in the early Qajar period. We could only see its exterior until we found Mr. Mashallah. He seemed to be either the caretaker of this property or the neighborhood trustee, a sweet old man and quite cheerful and witty as well. He graciously opened the bathhouse door for us, and we entered, encountering fascinating sights. We stepped into the public bathhouse, and several notable aspects caught our attention. Firstly, the bathhouse was constructed underground to prevent energy loss. The external walls were surrounded by soil, which served as excellent insulation against the cold winters of this region. Secondly, there was an opening in the roof acting as a window, allowing natural light to fill each space sufficiently. Thirdly, a channel beneath the floor was used for the smoke produced by the bathhouse's heating system to move through, essentially providing underfloor heating via the smoke from the fuel, a very intriguing system.
We say خشت or خشت خام. It means raw brick, okay?
In the end, we left this ingeniously engineered public bathhouse, built 200 years ago, still pondering how creativity flourishes within constraints.
اصلی حمام و حوضچه‌ها میشده و ما اینجا یه سیستم جالبی به نام گربه رو میبینیم. این سیستم به این صورت بوده که در زیر حمام ما یک سازی داشتیم به نام تون یا گلخن. تون یا گلخن مکانی بودی که اون سوخت حمام رو داخلش قرار میدادن که بتونه آب مورد نیاز حمام رو داغ کنه و خب به طبع این سوختی وقتی میسوخته نیاز بوده که این حرارت و اون دودش خارج بشه. میومدن چیکار میکردن؟ جوری این دودکشا رو هدایت میکردن که از کف فضای حمام رد بشه. هم ما یک سیستم گرمایش از کف داشتیم و هم این دود وقتی که از اینجا خارج میشده همزمان کف رو گرم میکرد و بعد خارج میشد.
گرمایش از کف داشتیم.
رو ما در کف گرمینه حمام داریم و این قسمت هم که خزینه حمام بوده. بله.
باز دور همون داستان گربه رو داشتیم.
باز دور ما این قسمت رو نشون در بکنید اون فضای تون یا گلخن رو میبینیم که ببینید یک حفره‌ای در
حاج آقای ماشاءالله خیلی ممنونم از شما.
سلامت باشه.
A traditional house built 220 years ago. That is now in the caretaker's possession.
یا الله یا الله.
یا الله.
سلام علیکم. جان چی شده؟ سلام. خوبی؟ چه باحاله. آها شما کجایی هستین؟
ما افغانی هستیم.
آها افغان. کجای افغانستان؟
سمت شمال تخار مثلا کابل.
اوه باریکلا. اسم شما چیه؟
محسن.
اسم قشنگی. یا الله یا الله.
نه اشکی نه ایجاد.
اینجا آشپزخونه است. This is the kitchen. اسم این چیه؟ فاطمه. میگم دوقلوان ها. They are twins.
کی
فاطمه محسن حسن.
بله.
اوکی بس ببینیم چی؟ اوه چه باحاله. اشکال نداره فیلم توی اینترنت پخش بشه؟
نه
اینجوری کن. اوکی محسن اینجوری کن. ایول.
دوری نه.
یک یالا میگی که مامان و اینا.
بیا توی ایش کنه بیا اینجا. اینجا خلوت خانه میمون خانه.
آها. This is guest room. حسن فاطمه. آخ چه جگره‌ای او باشه. This is guest room. یالا بگیم. یالا یالا. نه یا؟
نه توری نه پسرم خوابیده پسرم.
ها. او چه همه پسر داری ماشاءالله. یه دخترم که داری اسم شما چیه عمو؟
زهرا یاسمین.
یاسمین جانم چه اسم قشنگی.
یکی یاسمین یکی زهرا.
آها اون زهرا رفت قایم شد.
کاش میره مدرسه.
زهرا بیا ببینیمت. ایشون مامانتون بودن یا همسر؟
نه خانم.
ها خانمت.
بله.
خب اسم خودتون چیه؟
نعمت.
نعمت جان خیلی خوشحال شدم لطف کردی.
زنده
مرسی.
باش.
چه آهنگای قشنگی گذاشتی.
زنده باش.
مرسی. خداحافظ. یا الله. کسی اینجاست؟ کسی اینجاست؟
As we wandered through the old and historic district of Kerman, we suddenly noticed an old 170-year-old house with its door ajar. We realized that perhaps a group of homeless people might be living there, which indeed was the case. We entered and asked for permission.
کسی هست آقا؟
یالا.
سلام. چطوری خوبی؟ میشه بریم توی حیاطو بگیریم؟ مرسی ممنون.
After a few minutes, someone poked their head out of a room and granted us permission to film. This house had been renovated several times, but had not lost its original structure. The primary structure of old Central Iranian houses is, in fact, introverted with a central courtyard. The main reason for this architectural style is the hot and dry climate of Iran. Usually, a central courtyard was designed with dimensions of more than 12 meters by 12 meters and rooms and spaces for a family of about 20 people surrounded it. The large family size was due to children living with their parents for the first 10 years of marriage until they could afford to buy or build their own home.
اول خونه
که میشه تو همون اتاق تابستونی بوده که الان گرم بوده شدن داخل این اتاق و
Let's go downstairs. No. کسی تو این اتاقه؟
This supportive living arrangement helped them become independent. Additionally, servants who were often lifelong members of the family also lived with them. Besides the spaces similar to other Iranian houses, this house had an interesting area called the Lazy House, where people would rest in the afternoons, gather around, and in hot summers enjoy watermelon or cactus syrup by a small pool or pond. Unfortunately, this house has been abandoned for about 40 years. Interestingly, in winters, families would move to the side of the house that received direct sunlight, the north side, to benefit from the southern sunlight. Conversely, in summers, they would move to the south side of the building for more shade. In summary, they had to behave wisely in this climate to survive.
آقا ممنون. مرسی آقا.
In desert climates like central Iran, to prevent the disturbance of sunlight and ensure the comfort of passers-by in the alleys, firstly, the alleys were made very narrow, and secondly, the walls of the houses were built tall, about 6 meters high. Thirdly, in some alleys that faced south and west where the unwanted sunlight was constantly shining, they had to cover the alley with a roof, called a sabats.
This is Sabat.
Additionally, in this way, they connected 2 houses over the alley.